enjoy these recommendations of the macabre, the sinister, the strange, the unusual in all of horror cinema and video gaming. Shout out to Bret the Hitman Short and Ava Lawless for participating in this year's festivities, making these dumb, silly little videos. Check out or revisit any of these games, any of these movies, and have a damn good time. Let us know in the comments what some of your favorites are on the list, motherfuckers. Until next year.
And now, our feature presentation.
You put the sound filter on? I want to sound real tough. Maybe sound tough. Don't fuck it up. Maybe sound tough.
31 Days of Fear. Day 1, Midnight Meat Train. This movie stars Bradley motherfucking Cooper before he became Bradley motherfucking Cooper when he was just Bradley. Have you ever heard of me, Cooper? And Vinny, I've always been the motherfucker Jones. Bradley Cooper plays this photographer reporter guy, and he's trying to find the dirt in the city. I haven't watched the movie in a while, so I think it's New York. Who gives a shit? I'm gonna try to sound cool. Who gives a shit? Man, it's a good thing this filter's on the right side. Otherwise, if I said something cute like I like bunny rabbits and cookies and rainbows, I would sound stupid, but I don't. I sound fucking tough. Little bitty itty cookies. Watch Vinnie Jones bash people's heads in. That's it. Watch the fucking movie.
Frankenhooker.
Frankenhooker.
Brought to you by the makers of Basket Case and Brain Damage. It's about a guy who loses his girlfriend in a horrible lawn mowing accident. And he pieces his lover back together.
Bunyan.
Fucking, hold on, wait. Why don't you go down? He pieces his lover back together, but soon realizes that she ain't what she used to be. But damn, is she sexy and sutured.
Look for some action?
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking for a very tall, attractive woman. She's purple. She's got fresh scars on her.
She's in the bar.
"31 Days of Fear, Day 3, Psycho Goreman." This is a Shudder exclusive. It's about this interdimensional super killer soldier motherfucker and how he goes from planet to universe and just destroys everyone. But it's actually a very sweet kids movie. These two dumbass kids, who apparently are super shitty, blackmail Psycho Goreman, but they learn about friendship, safety in numbers. Psycho Goreman learns how to not kill, just like the T-900, 800, 700, 750, whichever one Schwarzenegger was.
I swear I will not kill anyone.
I think he even adopts a kitten. I'm not sure, but trust me, it's a very sweet kids movie with a bunch of beheadings and exploding human bodies.
JPDUB, 31 Days of Fear.
Vaginal dentata. Vaginal dentata. What is vaginal dentata?
It's Latin for teeth.
Watch teeth. And then you, yes, you, my friend, strapping young lad as you were, will find out about vaginal dentata.
Are you afraid?
Oh, it's excruciating.
31 Days of Fear, and today we have Human Centipede. If you haven't seen this episode of South Park, man, holy shit, is it a fucking riot. Now, you guys got to be careful when you're out there and you're agreeing to shit, like on the iPad, like any licensor agreement, anything like that, read the fine print. Usually I just sit, click the box, agree, go, get on my way, because I want to do some shit. I want to play this game, I want to play on this iPad, I want to do that. But, you know, if you don't read those things, you can find yourself in a pretty sticky situation of poop and burritos and asparagus and all that shit, and you could be tasting what the next guy tasted. Yeah, that's pretty nasty. And then you could be getting sold to Cartman, for Christ's sake. I mean, and your name could be Kyle. Hey, Bodie, you stupid fucking idiot. It's not a South Park episode. It's a movie. Ah, shit.
Fucking embarrassing! Fucking embarrassing! It's fucking embarrassing! Fucking embarrassing! Fucking embarrassing!
31 Days of Fear, Salem's Lot.
Do the voice.
31 Days of Fear, Salem's Lot.
"31 Days of Fear, American Psycho." This movie stars Christian Bale in the infamous role of Patrick Bateman. And if you haven't seen this movie before, you're missing out, because this dude is, as the movie says, an American Psycho. This even has a little bit of a hint and a little bit of a cameo from Jared Leto. Not really a cameo, he's actually in the movie, but guess what? Patrick Bateman whoops his ass. And actually listens to Huey Lewis doing it too. If you're not a Huey Lewis fan, something's wrong with you. Besides from being, overall nice guy businessman, he has this sexy, unadulterated fixation on great looking business cards. Eggshell, subtle half-life. "31 Days of Fear, Day 8, Leprechaun." I'll try to use my movie trailer guy voice. In a world where Hollywood couldn't possibly give this guy a starring role with Jennifer Aniston where they kiss, so instead they made him real fucking ugly, and they made him a fucking leprechaun, and they made him try to kill Jennifer Aniston and those boobies. Joke's on you, this guy's movies made the most money of any British actor ever. In your face, every James Bond and Benedict Cabbage Patch. "31 Days of Fear, Day 9, The House of Wax." Standard horror movie. Got a little traction because of Paris Hilton, but I got a little gripe. Standard horror movie trope. If there's a black guy in the movie, the black guy dies first. In this movie, actor Robert Richard plays Blake. They didn't even give him a last name. Let's say I'm from the Midwest, Chicagoland area, and I'm trying to tell one of my friends about the first death in the movie, which is the black guy, and I happen to remember the character's name. How would I say this? Yeah, and then they killed the Blake guy. In the words of my nephew, Nick Frog Splashing Cajun Boudreaux, "Non, non, non, le maison de cire." Otherwise, it's an alright movie. I think Paris Hilton gets chopped in half or some shit. Her first movie was better, if you know what I mean.
"31 Days of Fear, Cemetery Man."
My name's Francesco Delamorti.
Sometimes they just won't fucking stay dead, and you need to put them down again.
Is it true what they say, that the dead come back to life here at night?
Let nothing get in your way. Check it out.
If you don't want the dead coming back to life, why don't you just kill the living? Are you listening to me?
Hey, this is Harry Balzania here. Now the Juice Boys, they're doing this 31 Days of Fear. And they want me to do The Shining. So they called me up. They say, hey, Balzania, can you do this video? I was like, does lasagna have ricotta in it? Nah, you know? Oh, let me see this here. Anyways, you know, all work and no play makes this a dull video. So, good thing I play a lot, huh? Anyways, guy goes around. He's talking to some invisible bartender. Walls bleed, water coming out the ass. I don't know, man. It's a crazy movie. You guys gotta see it. You know, it's got Jack Nicholson in it. Hey, who doesn't like old Jack, huh? I'm good close friends with that guy. Anyways, I'm hungry. I'm gonna go to Tony's, get a lasagna. If you're ever in the area, go to Tony. You know what? He might give you some lasagna. He might give you a phone that fell off the back of a truck. Anyways, here's Johnny.
JPDUB 31 Days of Fear.
The Dentist.
Starring Corbin Burnson. Directed by Brian Usna. Yeah. A couple of Reanimator guys with screenplay by Stuart Gordon.
There now. Better?
We all hate the fucking dentist, right? What happens when your dentist starts hating you? He loses his shit. And he starts yanking people's teeth out and cutting their tongues out and all this crazy shit. Murder. Check it out.
Open wide.
Okay, I got a cold. And I can't really record, but the powers that be told me I have to do a video today or I'm gonna get fired. And I don't want to get fired. All the fame and riches, I've grown accustomed to the money. So I'm gonna do a video. 31 days of beer and fear. What's in the cup? It's tea. Day 13, Napoleon Dynamite. Psych. Rosemary's Baby. Directed by Roman Polanski. This is a really good horror movie. It's mostly psychological. It's super slow. One of my favorite parts of the movie was the mind tricks that creepy-ass Roman Polanski made, and that was that one very famous shot where you can't see what's inside the room, and they block it off, and when you're watching it, the audience usually does this to try to see what's around the corner. It's fun, cool as hell. It's a classic. Watch it.
It's showtime.
31 Days of Fear, Day 14, Child's Play. Everyone knows what this movie is about. If you haven't watched it, watch it. It's a great Halloween classic that was filmed in the 90s. Now, just like with most fandoms and most things, cranky-ass me has got a little gripe to pick. Watch the original. Now, there's a bunch of sequels that came out that were probably just as good as the original, and then they came out with a TV show, and somebody in the world of critics decided to say, oh man, the last couple Chucky movies and whatever, they jumped the shark. I don't think that you can jump the shark when you make a movie about a serial killer who gets voodoo implanted into a child's doll, and then the child's doll goes around doing catchphrases and killing people. Lighten up. It's 80s and 90s horror. It's scary, it's funny, and it's fun. Go fuck yourself.
Hi, I'm Tommy, and I'm your friend to the end.
31 Days of Fear, Day 15, Children of the Corn.
You will punish you. The jaws of hell will devour you. All of you.
Now Google, I might say a bunch of wrong things on this one. One of the original Stephen King books that were made to film. This film caused my forever fear of corn mazes, cornfields, and white children. Put that on a loop.
We must sacrifice them both tonight.
He's the god of blood and sacrifice, not ceremony.
I am the word and the giver of his laws. Disobedience to me is disobedience to him. Do it now, or your punishment shall be 1,000 times 1,000 deaths, each more horrible than the last.
"31 Days of Fear, Day 16, Hatchet." Ooh, I'm excited about this one. As far as 31 Days of Fear lists go, this is a perfect Halloween film to watch because there are some terribly gory parts, but there's no CGI. It's all practical effects, and some of it looks ridiculous. You could tell it's puppets and Muppets. I think they kill Kermit, spoiler alert, but it's also very funny, very clever, very low budget, spawned a few sequels, made in the early 2000s. It's just a really fun Halloween movie. It's gory as shit, and it's very silly. And for you perverts out there, it was still in that window of time, that 50-year window of time, where for really no reason at all, you get to see boobs. Thumbs up to Hatchet and boobs all around the world.
JPDUB, 31 Days of Fear.
The Amityville Horror.
Be careful where you move into. The house could have some uninvited guests. Get out. I may make you kill people. Can you hear it? Can you hear it? The voices. They're all around me. They're all around you.
I'm coming apart! Oh my God, I'm coming apart!
Get out.
We have to do something.
JPDUB, 31 Days of Fear, Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer.
Look at the world. It's either you or them.
Based on real-life serial killer Henry Lee Lucas.
Did you really kill your mama?
I guess I did.
Real crazy, whacked out of his mind kind of guy, you know?
Don't do that, Otis. She's your sister.
Had an X rating. This movie was deemed way too violent, way too much for back in the day. And it's a classic that stands the test of time. Now, if you'll excuse me, I got a little house cleaning.
Hey, get back there!
Hey yo, Bruiser Bodie here. We bring you 31 Days of Fear from the JPDUB, and today we're going to talk about Shocker. That's right, Wes Craven directed Shocker, and it's got an awesome appearance by Timothy Leary, and I think we all know who that is. And he plays a TV evangelist, serves as TV repairman, he ends up being a serial killer. They throw his ass in jail, they give him the chair, guy makes a deal with the devil.
Mr. Nice Guy.
He comes back as electricity. He goes after the dude that threw him in jail, and he ends up getting a weird connection with his son. But anyways, what's really impressive about this is the soundtrack. It's got Alice Cooper, it's got Megadeth, and then it's also got a supergroup with Paul Stanley and Tommy Lee called the Dudes of Wrath.
For the song Shocker, Paul Stanley and I sang the lead vocals. And Vivian Campbell played guitar, and Guy Mandude played guitar, Rudy Sarzo played bass, Tommy Lee played drums, Michael Anthony and Kane Roberts sang background vocals. So that's a lot of dudes. Yeah. And a lot of wrath. A lot of wrath.
Dudes of Wrath. The Dudes of Wrath.
31 Days of Fear, Game of Death. 7 millennials get together to play this board game.
Make a choice, you or I. Without decision, one will die. In this quest, some are left behind. This game will blow your mind.
Let's do this.
You have to kill the number of people that the game suggests, or your head fucking explodes.
You're next on my kill list.
Why is this happening?
This movie's really fucking cool. It's really fucking gory. It's kind of like Natural Born Killers meets Jumanji. Check it out.
JPDUB's 31 Days of Fear. Ava Lawless here, and we are talking about Psycho. Psycho is hailed as one of the greatest horror films of all time. It is an originator of the slasher genre, and is by far Alfred Hitchcock's most popular film. It stars Anthony Perkins and Janet Leigh, who is Jamie Lee Curtis's mother. If this movie has taught me anything, it's that if you are on the run from the cops, a motel run by a mama's boy is never worth it.
We have 12 vacancies.
This movie made me question showers. It made me question motels. It made me question men who have really close relationships with their mothers. So, listen, if you need to watch one movie this Halloween, make Psycho one of them, because if you haven't seen it, what the hell are you doing? Trust me, Psycho is worth every second. It's not one of the best horror films of all time. It is one of the greatest films of all time.
Hey, Bruiser Bodie here. 31 Days of Fear for the JPDUB podcast. We're going to bring a gaming series in here. The first game I'm bringing to you is a game I'm playing right now. It's called Scorn. Scorn is a puzzle game. It's a survival game. And if you love H.R. Geiger and Beksinski, the surreal art that they do, and the biomechanical and organic, then this game is for you. It's right up your alley. Looks like it's straight taken out of the pages of an art book of them. It's an amazing game. Here, check out some scenes.
Are you prepared to unravel your inner self within Scorn's world of horror?
I'm back! That's right, JPDUB, 31 Days of Fear, and the horror game series continues. This time I'm talking about Visage. If you haven't heard of this game, go out, download it, pick it up right now. It's got a lot of inspiration from the Silent Hill series. You start out as a man named Dwayne. He ends up killing his family, killing himself, and then he has to figure out what the fuck is going on in this creepy-ass house with all these weird monsters and just these shadow figures, jump scares, all kinds of shit, man. Turn off the lights, play the game, put a headset on, and prepare for a ride that you've never had before while playing a game. It's on Xbox, PlayStation, and on Steam if you were a PC player. You know what? It's not even that scary. Oh, shit! "31 Days of Fear, JPDUB gaming series, and I'm bringing to you Oxide Room 104.
Don't worry. You'll only feel a little prick.
This game is a brutal gore fest. Dismemberments and terrifying creatures. Atmospheric as fuck. You're trapped inside this hotel room. The doctor's trying to carve you up, and you gotta get away from him. It's not as easy as it looks. Bloody. Limbs everywhere. I think we're playing too many horror games. We're fucking nuts.
You want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
This is Bret, the Hitman motherfucking short, coming at you, a.k.a. Bret, son of Denver, a.k.a. Juice's Torture Rack, a.k.a. Juice's Pinata, coming live you live from the fucking Slaughter Shack. JPDUB, 31 Days of Fear, Terrifier 2. Check out the original one, sure. It does have a pretty all-time awesome classic kill, but I have to say Terrifier 2, even better. Might as well start with that one. It's more of the first and just on another level. Like art, to me, there's more Art the Clown in it. It's way funnier. He's way more, charismatic in a completely dark, awful way, of course.
Art the Clown!
If you enjoy buckets of gore, utter brutal violence, really, really dark comedy, well, we got the movie for you. Check it out, Terrifier 2, punk bitches. JPDUB, 31 Days of Fear. This is Bret the Hitman Short coming at you once again to tell you about a little movie called The Iron Rose. This one's for all you fucking hillbilly uncultured fucks out there just smoking too much meth and drinking too much Budweiser, because I'm going to get this nose firmly up in the air to tell you about a fucking beautiful cultured film. It doesn't have buckets of gore, it doesn't have brutal kills, but it's got atmosphere, existential dread, beautiful filmmaking, and a beautiful girl who gets really sweet with the camera. You know what I mean, mon ami? Ho ho ho, wee wee wee. So at least watch it for that, but I think you'll enjoy it a whole lot more, because goddamn, the French, when they go dark, they go real fucking dark. Check it out, expand your horizons, and if you don't like it, I guess you always got meth. Peace.
Bruiser Bodie here, bringing you the last game in the gaming series of the 31 Days of Fear, and that game is Back for Blood. Now, if you're a gamer and you played zombie games before, you might have heard of Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2. This is the spiritual successor to those games. We know how awesome those games were, how crazy they were. This Back 4 Blood just reminds me of all the zombie movies like Night of the Living Dead, Return of the Living Dead, A Walking Dead, anything with the dead in the name. This is the game. And if you just like mindlessly killing zombies, then this is the best game for you. You just sit there, wait for the horde to come, and just let it rip. Kill zombies, mow them down. It's like Dead Alive style, piles of bodies and blood everywhere. But this game is great. Play it with some friends. 4-player co-op. Just go and have fun.
Civilians are required to stay in their own homes for their own safety.
JPDUB, 31 Days of Fear. Here to tell you about a little movie called Suspiria.
Roses are red, violets are blue, but the iris is the flower that will mean the end of it.
Italian horror icon Dario Argento. Here to bring you quite a film. Because what's scarier than ballet dancers, especially on the ankles and toes? Am I right? Let's just say if your horror has felt a little dull, a little too dark, a little colorless, well, we have probably the most colorful horror movie you've ever seen. And oh, the colors. Such pretty colors. Some pretty horrifying scenes despite a pretty, slower paced, fun movie. It's got a lot of nice, charming, cheap effects as well. It's just a visual masterpiece. If today I die and can deny the poison chosen for tonight, That's one of the many killer songs from a sweet new metal soundtrack of Strangeland. 31 Days of Fear, JPDUB. This is your boy, Bret, son of Denver, a.k.a. Juice's Pinata.
Alright, I'm going home.
Here to tell you about a kind of forgotten over time. I remember the trailer's hardcore for this movie. Surprised not too many people remember it. Because while it's a B movie and not the greatest of execution, it's got some shocking horror in it. It's women's fucking faces, their mouths sewn up. Old D. Snyder, director, writer, and starring in this lovely little film.
So much flesh, so little time.
Brought to you by the 90s. It is so 90s.
Somebody's got to take that boy out.
It's so 90s it hurts. But I have to say, movie's probably worth checking out. You get some pretty... it's kind of a real-world Hellraiser, if you will. He plays this character that goes around and finds young gals, as one does, and does comes up with some pretty horrific contraptions to put them in, way before that punk-ass Saw guy was doing it. Puzzle face with Jigsaw, fucking dickhead. Check it out. Love, hate, 31 Days of Fear, JPDUB, Night of the Hunter. This is Bret, son of Denver, coming at ya, a.k.a. Bret the Hitman Short, a.k.a. Juice's Torture Rack. Amazing film here with film noir heartthrob Robert Meacham, except not this time. Old Robert broke the mold, and now he's playing a child-killing preacher with the familiar tattoos of love-hate on his knuckles. Which which is what obviously Cape Fear is based on, but honestly, kind of scarier than Robert De Niro, especially because he's got the amazing dark cinematography behind him, and these poor goddamn kids. Can't say enough good things about this film. If you can get past the black and white barrier, honestly, it's not nearly as artsy and slow as you think it's going to be. It actually has a very, like, almost cartoonish children's tale to it that gives it an extra dimension to this wonderfully crafted film. Highly recommend yet again, Night of the Hunter, Robert Meacham. Check it out. You will not be disappointed. What a great film. And let me just say, children need to understand the sorrows of bad behavior. Night of the Hunter, Robert Meacham.
31 Days of Fear. The Hills Have Eyes, 1977. This is another one of those movies from the 70s that's super creepy because it just feels realistic, mostly because of the budget, but also because of one Michael Berryman. I'm going to talk the rest of the time about Michael Berryman. Still around, still making movies, but he was an icon in the late 70s, in the 80s, the 90s. He always had these small parts, but I remember him from Weird Science as one of the bikers that came in towards the end of the movie that was scary looking and then rather eloquent. Some of the films and TV shows that he was in. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, The Hills Have Eyes, Weird Science. He was in one of the Star Trek movies. He was on the Fall Guy TV show, Highway to Heaven TV show. He was on Elf. He was on Star Trek The Next Generation, Tales from the Crypt. He was in the movie Double Dragon. He had a particular look, a look that you wouldn't think would be successful in Hollywood. And here we go, 40 years later, still going strong. Michael Berryman, dude.